Today I'm going to talk about how to work garter stitch in two colors, but as you can see, it's not the stripes where you work 2 rows in one color and then 2 rows in the next color. In this version, you're switching colors every row, so it's actually a 4-row repeat. And here it's attached to a little bit of brioche along the side, but this video is going to focus on the garter stitch, and there'll be a separate video about how to work brioche. On the first row, on the right side of the work, I knit across in my first color, my color A. So I'm knitting across just as you would in regular garter stitch, knitting every stitch. Once you've reached the end of the row with color A, when you're working 2-color garter stitch, and just ignore the fact that there's some brioche here, just pretend that this is all garter stitch. We're going to need to rework the row on the right side with color B, because color B is hanging out over here. So we reach the end of this row, we slide the stitches across the needle so that we're ready to begin the row again with color B. As you can see, however, we want to be working in garter stitch, and these stitches are knit. So to continue to work in garter stitch, we can't knit this row with color B, because that would create stockinette stitch instead. It would be knits, 2 knit rows on top of each other would make stockinette stitch. So instead, we have to purl across this row to continue in garter stitch. So on the right side rows with color B, you purl every stitch. So with color B, you continue to purl across until you reach the end of the row. To continue with our 2-color garter stitch, we're now on the wrong side or dark side of the work, and I'm working row 3 and it's with color A again. So as you can see, these color B stitches on the wrong side of the work appear as knit stitches. That means that in order to continue in garter stitch, we're going to have to purl them with color A to make the garter ridges. The way I remember whether to knit or to purl, well, there's 2 ways. First of all, you look at the stitches on the needle and you see if they look like a purl stitch or a knit stitch, and then you do the opposite. So these color B stitches are appearing as knit stitches, so we know that we need to purl them to make the little purl bumps. Otherwise, I always know that on right side rows, I'm going to knit with color A. On wrong side rows, I'm going to purl with color A. And the opposite is true for color B. On right side rows, I purl with color B. On wrong side rows, I'm going to knit with color B. I've reached the end of the 3rd row of my garter 2-color garter stitch. With color A, I've purled across the row, and you see I've made another little garter stitch ridge on the wrong side of the work. At this point, just like with the other side, once you've finished working color A, you need to go back and pick up color B, and to do that, you draw the needle through, bring the stitches over to the other needle so that you can work back across in color B along the same side. We're still on the wrong side or the dark side of the work. We're ready to work row 4 of our 2-color garter stitch, and let's take a look at it again. We've just worked across with color A and we purled that row. Now you can see these are purl stitches. So in order to continue in garter stitch, we need to knit them. we're on the dark side or wrong side of the work. We're using color B, and we're going to knit across to continue in garter stitch. And we've made another garter stitch ridge here using our color B, and we've completed the 4-row repeat. And we're ready to start our repeat again using color A on the right side, and you see we're all set up where we could knit across in color A, return our stitches, and work the row again using color B, and we'd purl. Then on the other side of the work, we would purl across with color A and then knit across with color B. And that's our repeat to make this beautiful 2-color garter stitch pattern.